welcome back to the Dwarven Tavern, and we're going to be doing more questions today. Actually, we're going to be continuing the previous questions episode. And again, with me today is...
Lyric Owens.
Dr. Jeff Goins.
Okay,
Are you going to introduce yourself, or are you just going to...
No.
He already did.
You guys know me.
He already did. Play back. He already did.
Okay.
Hi. But anyways, yes. So,
next question.
Next question.
The first question of
I'm not
this
intros.
episode is for Ian. Hey, Ian.
Hi.
How you doing? I really think it's neat that you're a video gamer, too. Do you think the tavern will start a branch of video games? I think it'd be cool to see you play video games like their campaigns. I'm really curious about your thoughts on if something like that could work. Regards by Ramond of South Carolina.
Ramond?
You're everywhere. Ramond. It's
cool
really
name.
cool. It's like Raymond, but with an E instead of an AY. Ramond.
Alright.
Or Remond. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Remond.
Pronunciation guides!
Yeah, everybody needs to
My stickler. So, answer the question.
What's the question?
Would you like to have the paper so that
Yeah.
you can see it?
We're going over this question. Exactly what wants to
Because
ask.
he can't get it
Because I
otherwise.
don't know how to answer questions.
You're people.
No,
Moist.
I think it'd be cool to see you play video games like their campaigns. Like their campaign? There's a comma missing in this sentence.
Like they are.
Like there, that's a contraction.
Yes.
Can you do it? Can you do it?
No, I can't.
Do you accept this challenge?
I don't know about that. Really.
Well, answer the first question. Like, do you think the Taverniers, or do you think the Tavern will start a branch of video games?
Answer the question! Answer the question!
You're frustrating me!
Like, start making games in the tavern?
Don't ask me. I'm not the person who asked the question.
Let's start a branch of video games. I don't really think we're...
No, I think it might be he's talking about a branch on our YouTube channel about video games. Like, you're playing, like, Let's Plays and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I'm sure it's bothering me. Well, that's fine, because it's all uniform. But it's just like this little, like...
Honestly, I really don't know. We usually do reviews and talks and stuff here. I don't really...
Well, I'm gonna cut in for something. I think that we could do video game reviews if the video game companies actually came to us with the purpose of us reviewing their games.
Well, yeah, we'd be glad.
Yeah,
to, we're
certainly.
always glad to review anything that is sent our way.
So if we went to Gen Con and Blizzard was like, hey, we got a video game that we want you guys to review because we've heard so much about you.
We, in the first iteration of Doom. No. The first iteration of Diablo was reviewed by the Dwarven Tavern after much tenacious contacting of Blizzard by me way back when it first came out. So yeah, we have reviewed video games that were of the fantasy nature and role-playing nature before, and we'd be more than happy to do it again. I would think, just from my standpoint. I just think it's a bit of poetic justice that they call people who are like couch potatoes, who do videos, YouTubers.
YouTubers.
YouTuber.
That's insulting.
Next question.
Okay.
Okay, read the questions.
Okay. Next question. Sorry, Ramon, if that's not the answer you wanted, but apparently he's a little brain dead right now.
Just stay tuned, and we'll announce everything that all of us do. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then when it happens, and you'll know.
Because that's a bit of a jump forward that I don't know. Again, I don't really know how we would start tackling that problem.
We would just hop into it.
Okay, so the next question is, hi gang, Howdy.
Hi.
I actually have personal questions for you guys. Firstly, is Lyric her real name? Because that's super creative. It totally is. It's on my birth certificate. Second, for Lisa and Jeff, well, Lisa's not here right now.
She's
so,
not here.
how did you guys meet, and when did you guys first start gaming together? I just want to know if there's hope for the rest of us to find love like that. Aw, that's sweet. Third, is Ian single? Just kidding, or am I? Oh well. Stay awesome, Ella from Pennsylvania. So, yes.
He is single.
He is single. Yes, that's my real name. And for your love story.
Well, the love story is a lengthy one because it started when I was 11. We actually met twice, once as children without even knowing about it, and then we met later and I asked her out when I was grown up. But with the aspect of gaming, we kind of did like the speed dating thing because I met her when she was working at a restaurant. And she ran the drive-thru, and I always went through and ordered the same thing. And one day, I went through and I was opening my mouth to ask her out, and she said, "So when are we going out?" And I'm like, "No, okay." She's aggressive. I like that. Very, very dwarfy. You, me. I'm like, "Yes, ma'am."
But I laugh because I totally can see it happening.
Yeah.
It has. But we decided to go out. So before we went out, she had a break at her job, and I went in and I was talking, and we kind of did the speed dating thing for her over her break, and we asked each other a bunch of questions like, what kind of music do you like, what things do you do, and all that stuff. And one of the criteria that I had for not necessarily going out and having a date with somebody, but as a potential long-term relationship, which is what I was actually looking for at the time, I asked her if she was a gamer, and she said yes, she was. And then I went, "You, me, ha ha!" Yes, sir. It was very dwarfy, but yeah,
it's a dwarf mating ritual.
If you make the gaming part of the criteria for actually, having a relationship with someone, then that'll ensure that you have a good gaming relationship.
You at least have something in common.
Yeah, because we've done solo campaigns together, and she's has long-term characters in most of my campaigns, and it's just one of the things, and it's the same thing with our offspring, is that gaming keeps people together. It keeps a good, healthy relationship and communication and a bonding and a feeling of closeness and everything like that. And it just allows people to get along better. And we've written stories together, done kind of a round robin thing. And it's all based around our exploits in the gaming. So,
But that makes me wonder, can you have offspring? Or not offspring, onspring? Is it possible to have onspring?
onspring is how you start offspring.
That tickled my funny bone.
Turn the
I
light
also
dial up.
I wanna say something else about having gaming as criteria. My fiance and I, we have gaming in common now, but when we first started dating, he had just heard about D&D and he was interested in it, but since he grew up in a very sports-centered household, very military, very sportsy, stuff like anime and manga and gaming and stuff.
He's also a big Star Wars fan.
Yes, he's also a very big Star Wars fan. Stuff like that wasn't really talked about. I won't say it wasn't really accepted, but it wasn't really talked about. And he had always heard about it in passing or on the internet, and he was always curious about it. And then I asked him, I was like, "Are you a gamer?" Which is one of those make or break situations. And he's like, "It's no."
It's like,
I was like, "Oh!"
It's like the same thing as asking, is like, "Have you done drugs?"
But he was like, I said, "Are you a gamer?" And he's like, "No." I felt my heart stop. But then he continued with the sentence, which was, I would like to try. I'm like, oh boy, let me do something for you. So we started a solo campaign with his now favorite character, Niven. And now there was a point in time where actually I didn't want to game with him because he was so obsessed with it. So I'm ashamed to say that, but it happened.
Yeah. Well.
So gaming can be a criteria as long as it's a positive answer. Like, no, I haven't gamed yet, or I would like to. I haven't gamed in a while. I am.
But if you're a hardcore gamer and they say, I can't stand that crap, I think it's stupid and childish, then you're like, okay, well then you think I'm stupid and childish because I am a gamer.
Yeah.
And be done with them.
Well, that's what I said, a positive reaction to.
Right,
like,
exactly.
yes, I have heard
we're
of
not
it.
positive people at all.
So, next question.
Next question.
Okay, Dr. G. What's up? My girl threatened to break up with me if I didn't stop gaming D&D on Friday nights with my boys. She's worth everything to me, but after a long week of 9-to-5 job, D&D just does it for me. My boys tell me to drop her, but I don't think that's right. Can I have my cake and eat it too? Or is that just too much to ask? Desperately in need of help, Dennis H. from Ohio. Oh,
Hey, Dennis.
howdy.
Ohioan neighbor. Howdy, neighbor. Okay, so again, the universal answer is have her join the game.
Yeah,
bring
does
her
she
along.
can you make her game as well?
Yeah, if you get her to game, then it won't just be an evening with the boys. It'll be an evening with everybody
And
whose
that's
company you
even
enjoy,
better.
which is even better.
I mean, if she means everything to you, then certainly you'll enjoy her gaming alongside with your boys.
Right.
I mean, that's what I love more than anything is when my boyfriend, fiance, leveled up.
Level up.
My fiance, when he can game with my family, that just, there's so much connection there that normal relationships just don't seem to have.
We have so much fun.
So much.
Because
so
there was a
much
point in
fun
time. there was a point in time when we were unsure if her oldest sister was going to get along with him or not. And so I gave him a character, which was a paladin knight, who was a follower of her older sister's paladin. And he followed her around sycophantically. And everything she said, he said, "Yes, my lord." And she was getting really irritated. And she said... I don't even remember the guy's name, but she said his name, Knight, and he said, "Yes, my lord." And she said, "Stop calling me my lord." And he said, "Yes, my lord." And it was so genuine, it was so sincere that she busted out laughing and he busted out laughing, and of course we all just exploded.
We lost
It was a flawless interaction. It was like it's like,
perfect timing.
It's like, "You, knight." It's like, "Yes, my lord." It's like, "Stop calling me my lord." "Yes, my lord."
And now it's become an inside joke with the family.
And now they're in the Navy together. I mean, they're in the Navy, both of them.
Both being paladins of the sea.
The paladins of the sea.
And you turn into a horse? A seahorse of the sea?
Hey, dolphins are paladins of the sea.
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think
They
so.
attack sharks.
Yeah, but they also drag humans down by their hair. So.
That escalated.
That is.
But
They also murder people.
But the back around to the point, gaming affords a lot of bonding, and even with people who don't necessarily or may not necessarily get along well. So having her join the game is the best way to do it, because she still gets your attention on Friday nights. You still get to hang out with the guys on Friday nights.
You still get your stress relief.
And it's a filter as well. It's a filter, because if your guy friends don't like your chick, then they gotta go. And if your girlfriend don't like your friends, she might have to go too. So it's a good filter to either strengthen or destroy. It doesn't let things hang on like little splinters and fester.
Because if your girlfriend's like, yeah, I guess I could try it out, but you guys are like, nah, dude, you gotta drop her. Then, I mean, that's just being a dick on their side.
Right,
so,
right. So, and the whole thing is to weed out the dicks. Get that weed whacker and whack them off at the nub.
So, the word of advice that we give you is that the global advice, which I think should be the title of this video,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
get them to game.
Get them to
Basically,
play, too.
that pretty much solves. It either solves the problem by they end up accepting it, or it solves the problem of
Getting rid of what's
breaking
not
it up.
necessary.
Right, because you want to
Which-
get rid of the negative in your life.
yeah, because like if you get her to game and your boys don't like her, then if you're obviously gonna stay with her, and if they don't like her, then they're someone's got to go on the other side.
Right, and if the boys are just using gaming as an excuse to get rid of your girlfriend, then stop playing with them and start playing with her. So
Yeah.
that'll not only, well, I'm trying to keep it PG-13. Don't twist my words. I'm saying solo campaigns here.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
No, solo campaigns is just without his girlfriend and his boys.
Oh, sad
I'm
man.
not talking about that.
So yeah,
Moving on.
Moving on. This is the the best advice we can tender, and it's absolutely true.
Just try to get them all to game together, and maybe she can come be a witness. I think that's it. Either get them to play with you or let them witness the game, and then that should clear away all doubt. And if she has a problem with you going and having stress relief, that's something that bothers me. That like don't let her take away your only stress relief, because then you'll just build up and eventually explode and ruin the relationship anyway. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
So, hope that helped.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question.
Howdy. Craig here.
Got
Hi,
it,
Craig. I really want to know if you guys go to Gen Con on a regular basis, because I'd love to see you guys there. I do have a question for you, and this might be a bit much for a regular Q&A video. We'll see. But, I should not look away from the paper. But, what's your opinions on cosplayers? Women cosplayers especially. Do you think there should be a mix of it? I just want to hear some points from the crew. Thanks a bunch and keep it up. Craig D. from Connecticut. Yes.
Next question.
We do go to Gen Con quite regularly. We are actually going this year also. Yes?
Yes.
As far as we are concerned, we are going this year.
Yes.
As for cosplayers, this actually could be an entire different video.
Yeah.
Would you rather keep this for a different video? We could actually...
Well, we can give a fairly short answer within the
We can,
and then
give
go
it
into
a-
depth later.
Yeah, if you go to Gen Con and you want to see us, just look for the Dwarven Tavern shirts, because we always have them. It will be in
something
form.
something like
Something
this.
similar.
Something similar
This
to
was
that.
for the 21st year, and we're already in the 22nd, so...
Yeah, we're always in the merchants section.
Exhibitors Hall.
Exhibitors Hall, interviewing people for the...
Just
for the
track us down and
tavern.
yell for dwarves, and we'll come running.
Yeah.
Well, we won't run,
We'll
but we'll
come
get there.
stomping along,
Yeah.
because that's how we do. But yeah.
Continue?
Yeah, no, we're always there. Usually from sun up to sundown, or whenever it opens to whenever it closes, because we like to interview as many people as we can.
Yeah, and we actually have a hotel this time,
Yeah,
so
so we'll be there.
we'll be there probably from when it opens to when's it closes.
When she closes, yeah. We'll be there. We're up to the scuppers in our Gen Cons this year, yeah.
But the question that you had for about
Scuppers.
what we think about cosplay, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think
I sincerely think that
well,
it's one of the
As
best
long as you're
ways
not
of.
running around, nude, then
If that's a cosplay, then hell.
if that's the cosplay, make sure you just cover up your naughty bits and you're good.
what is wrong with you?
What?
He's trying to keep it
It's
okay for the
all-
kids.
A little star nipple pasty.
Little star nipple pasties. Okay, well that could be cool.
Especially
that one guy that was walking around that had the... Anyway, there is a there is a philosophy that we have at the tavern, and I personally have it, and it's all about
That base.
personal expression. I think that anyone should be allowed to express themselves in any way as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. And it's actually kind of if you're a Wiccan, you know what I'm talking about. That single commandment for the Wiccans is do what thou wilt, harm none. That's what they say.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And as long as you don't hurt, and that includes yourself. So,
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
every day.
It's like if you walk around only wearing nipple pasties, you should probably expect to get stared at.
Especially if you're a big, hairy dude. But,
Yeah.
Well, he was talking about women especially.
women especially.
If you're a big hairy dude
if you're a
and
big
you're wearing
hairy
nipple
dude.
pasties. As a female.
It hurts me.
Yeah, but
it's all about personal expression, and I think as many people should do whatever they want, as much as they can, whenever they can, just for the joy of that personal expression. Because if you don't get to express yourself, then you turn it inward and grow tumors and things, and that's bad.
Yeah.
It's always bad. So
Don't grow tumors.
yeah, express yourself, and I'm all for it. Even if I don't agree with it, I mean, it's
Right.
like I may not agree with you, but I will fight to the death
For
for
your-
your right to have your opinion or do what you want.
was
It's
that
right to be
Descartes
your
or
opinion.
Voltaire? I think that was Voltaire. That was Voltaire.
I thought it was Thomas Jefferson.
That was Voltaire.
Thomas Jefferson actually said, "It matters not to me," because he's talking specifically about religion. He said, "It matters not to me if my neighbor says that there are many gods or no God at all. That neither breaks my leg nor picks my pocket."
I like that one.
And that's one of my favorite sayings, because it's like, why do you care, how your neighbor lives as long as it doesn't bleed over into your yard?
Yeah.
And that could be literally. As long as it doesn't bleed over into your yard, it doesn't affect you whatsoever. So.
And I think something else to add to this, aside from that, we should definitely do a full scale video about this topic.
Yeah.
Is that women cosplayers are not doing it they're doing it for their fans. They're doing it to show off that they are into that game, but they're doing it to show off their love for it. They're not doing it so, hey, look, I have an ass, you should grab it.
Well, some of them are, but
There are some
Well-
that are like that.
To be safe, let's keep the mindset of they're not doing it so that I'm putting myself out there. It's like saying, I think my favorite argument against why saying she dressed that way so it's okay is saying, well, you dressed in flammable clothes.
therefore
so...
I'm going to set a match to
Well,
you.
if you didn't want to catch fire, then you shouldn't have been wearing flammable clothes.
I never agreed with victim blaming.
Yeah,
ever.
so I think
But-
that
but
if a woman
Aw.
if a woman wants to cosplay and she wants to cosplay something, do you mind?
We're professionals.
If she wants to cosplay something like, was it Lollipop Chainsaw, the zombie video game?
Yeah.
If she
yeah.
wants to cosplay that, it's super revealing and it's kind of kinky looking. Let her
The name
do
of
it.
the game is Lollipop.
But that doesn't
Chainsaw.
mean
What
she
it
wants to
takes,
go
but-
out and bang every
Right, she's doing
goer.
it. She's doing it to show off
I mean,
her.
she might, but it's all about the invite. If you don't get invited to play along,
Then
you keep
pay.
your pieces in your
Oh, I
pants.
spit on the paper. But I get very, very irate about this topic.
Got that.
But
And it's true.
basically, if the person wants to do it, I think they should be allowed to do it. I would like to say that they should keep in mind where their audience is going to be from, like if they are,
Yeah.
if they're going to be around strollers.
Especially, little children.
Yeah.
You should be mindful and considerate.
Again, if you're only wearing like 15% of the amount of clothing you should be, and you walk into a complete crowd of sweaty gamer men,
So 16%'s okay?
16%'s fine.
16% is fine.
15% or less.
15% or less.
Apparently, that's the rule.
Yeah.
So-
there are problems that can be caused by walking into a group of sweaty men in general with full clothing. So,
So, if it's in the right crowd and they are like targeting a certain audience, then I think it's okay. No matter like how they, if they keep those two things in mind, I think that if they do a cosplay of a certain type, then that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like if it's a video game con and this person's trying to cosplay. I can't think of any of their names because I'm thinking of it. It's from Street Fighter, and they're all revealing.
all of them.
All of them. If they're doing anything from Street Fighter, then that's okay because it's a video game con, and
Yeah.
that's all I have to say about that. For now, I could go on.
And you
tangent.
definitely don't want to go around a bunch of sweaty guys with limited clothing just because you want to keep your skin as covered as possible to keep the film of their smell off of your natural skin. I'll never forget the time I was at Gen Con and Kenny Baker was there, R2D2, and he went into the bathroom ahead of me, and I felt so bad for him because he's not very tall at all, and there was like this layer of visible stench.
Ugh.
It was like a fog, and all I could see was the top of his head going through it, and it was awful. And I felt so bad for the guy.
Well, we're actually out of time, so we will continue this bit we have a few more questions to do, and then we're going to be done for this one. So, part 3.
Part 3 coming up.
And we'll see you there.